exciting for sure. It's something that I would say, especially having a guy that I really believe in and trust myself. Chad Johnston is my crew chief, and it's something that I'm looking forward to because myself, I really trust and believe in him. So hopefully we're going to show up with some fast race cars and go win like we need to. I think my entire racing career has been pressure filled, so it doesn't really bother me. But I would say it's definitely a huge accomplishment being a kid. That I remember, I have one of those midget collectibles that had Bass Pro on it from when I was a little kid. So you're racing for one of your heroes. Joey and I have known each other for a long time. I remember when we were kids racing at New Smyrna, and it's cool both of us being in the Cup Series. I mean, we came from the same quarter midget track, and it's gonna be fun racing actually door to door with them this year. So looking forward to it. Well, I can walk into the machine shop and get anything I need made if I need to. The fab shop, there's some pretty cool things that are going on right there. Me, I've always liked street cars, and I've messed around some air suspension in the past, and what I have noticed is our generator cart's going to have air ride on it, so I think that's pretty dope. But there's, I would say, it's kind of like, the best way to put it is, last year was almost like a picture book, and now I get the whole novel, so it's a lot of information to absorb. Me personally, I was never a Kansas fan. Until last year, working with Chad, we had a really, really fast truck late in the race, and it was one of those races you wish was 10 laps longer. So I'm looking forward to going to Kansas. Tracks that I'll need more improvement on will be a place like Homestead. I am your typical asphalt driver, run the bottom, get through there as fast as possible, similar to like Kevin does at Atlanta, run the bottom, very disciplined. But when it comes to running the fence, I would say that's probably something that I could use improvement on. It's tough because, like, growing up in New England, we had so many good years with Tom Brady as a Patriots fan, and to me, I'm a Tom Brady fan because of how he puts people around him to succeed. So I would say I'm more of a Tom Brady fan than I am a specific football team. Chick-fil-A. Chicken minis, or if you don't go like for breakfast, that chicken club, grilled chicken club, it's really solid. Whew, Loudon, because I think that entire place would burn down. It would be wild, but it would have to be Loudon, just because, as a kid, there was a camper lot right outside of Turn 1, and I remember we used to ride our bikes, up and down the merchandise trailers. I was probably 7, 8 years old, and that was a big thing. So, I would say Loudon would be special to me, for sure. My racing career started at Silver City in Meriden, Connecticut, but really my first time in a race car was in my dad's Pro Stock, riding up down Heritage Drive in Berlin, Connecticut, next to him. So that was when I fell in love with racing. LA, coming from quarter miles and bull rings, we made the race last year, and it'd be nice to fight for that win there. But Daytona, California, Phoenix, the whole thing is to have a strong start and really come out with a bang. So consistency is going to be key, and I'd really say that there's probably multiple sets of goals, but I'd say the biggest thing is we got to come out running right away. I've had a few of them. From a local level, there was Keith Rocco. He was somebody that him and I used to trade Nerf bars all the time. From somebody who's well known in racing period is Teddy Christopher, and have had quite a few run-ins for sure. But it was one of those things that I was the younger kid in modifieds. There really wasn't many young kids at the time that were racing them, and I felt like it was probably something that I had to work extra hard to earn respect. But that's something over the years that I feel like I've gotten. And so I don't necessarily specifically have one, but Ted Christopher, Doug Kobe, Justin Bonsignor, Ronnie Silk, I could go on and on with the modified stuff, but there was a lot of Nerf bars traded. One track, I mean, being somebody that's grown up racing short tracks all his life, I want it to be North Wilkesboro, because I feel like that is going to be a race this year that no one really realizes how much tire management and true tire management is going to come into play. And I'm more than excited. Ryan Newman last year, this is just a story that I have. I really, I didn't grow up in the South, and I didn't really know much about that racetrack. So my father had told me that he wanted to go to that first race, which the modifieds were racing at. So I got the car ready, we went there. And after that, I had a whole different level of respect for that track. But going back to Ryan Newman, we all talk about tire management and, trying not to burn our tires off. But Ryan said to me that he had never been in a race to where the pace was that slow to start. I mean, we literally felt like we were crawling around, because you could completely destroy a tire in 8 laps. I mean, more than Darlington. It was unreal. So I'm looking forward to being there this year for the All-Star, and I think it's going to come down to having a fast race car, but also what the driver does with it. I think there was a lot of things that ultimately landed it for sure, but I would say it was an effort of, it was really everything. It was being here every day. I know I've enjoyed, I'm with the pit crew every morning for a couple hours, and then I'm over at the shop side, with those guys, or we're in the simulator. I mean, there's a whole list of things. So I think, the partnerships that I've worked with and everything. Like, have I done them? Oh, I've done everything. I'm a vinyl expert. I'm a truck driver. I'm a race car driver. I'm a mechanic. I've done it all. I haven't done it all, but I've done a lot. But yeah, no, Chad and I, I would say I'm somebody that really needs to trust the person that I work with. And Chad's someone that I feel very strongly about, that, I'm looking forward to working with him and going to battle each and every week with him, because to your point, the relationship and personalities and everything, it matters so much to the success of the team. And I feel like my strong personality as a race car driver and his easygoing personality is just something that we've worked well together with. I like to do both, but I'm there when it counts, usually. There was something that, I've had a relationship with another crew chief in the past, and I told him that sometimes practice might not be the prettiest, qualifying might not be the fastest, but when it comes time and when it pays, I'm going to be there. So typically, the end of races is when it matters to me the most, because that's when it pays.